All right, you want to create a custom sky uploader. So how do we do that? So first we want to be in the shading workspace. Then for the shading node editor, right now we're an object. We want to change that to world. As you can see with world, we have a world output and then a background. So in order to map it, we need to do a texture coordinate. So search, we're going to search for texture coordinate, Shift A, search. And now we want to do a mapping. And now we're going to connect generated to vector, Shift A, search. And now we want a gradient texture. So we have the nice smooth transition. Shift A, search. And now we want to do a color ramp. So we can specify exactly what we want. We want to connect factor to factor, then color to color. Now nothing's happening. Okay, now we need to go into the render view. There we go. Okay, now we're in render view. So if we rotate a little bit, we actually see the coordinate. So right now it's rotate like this. What we have to do in the rotation in the Y, we have to rotate by 90 degrees. So as you can see, now it's in the horizon. Once we're in the horizon, now we have the fun part of actually setting it up. Over here, right? This is going to be the topmost layer of the atmosphere, the thermosphere. The thermosphere is a really dark navy blue. You can kind of think it almost as like you're almost seeing space almost. Okay. We're now doing a plus button here. The next up is the metosphere. Now the metosphere is more of a much brighter blue. There we go. So that's the metosphere. Now we have the stratosphere, which is much lighter. It's kind of more of a navy blue, like right there. Now plus, now we have the ozone layer. So this is a Kion blue. And the very last but not least is the troposphere. The troposphere is like a baby blue, so it's very bright. And it's like a baby blue. What we have to do is select B-spline. So B-spline, as you can see, makes a really smooth transition. Now I'm going to RX, rotate this up a little bit. You can see we have this really pretty sky. So just like that, we are done with the sky. But we're not necessarily done. The next thing we got to do is set up the world lighting. So, right, and as you can see, it's blue. So what we have to do is we have to add a sun. So let's do lights, let's do sun. And what we have to do now is we have to change the color of the sun to be like a yellowish color to make it the world white. This is a little tricky. And there we go. So as you can see, right now we have this really nice color. And there we go. Now in Eevee, we have a beautiful sky with the lighting all set up. Thank you for watching.
World output is connected to background with strength of 1, which is then connected to the color ramp with the colors, as you can see, with B-spline. That's what makes it smooth, which is then connected to the gradient texture, which is then connected to the mapping with Y rotation 90, which is then connected to the texture coordinates.